Hi guys, my name's Hayley Quinn and I'm a sex dating and relationship expert for onlinedating.org, and I'm here today to talk to you about reframing. Now, you probably don't know what reframing is, but reframing is a term that we would use in the self-help industry to describe how you can take a situation and change your perspective on it and choose to remember it or interpret it in a different way. So today we're going to be talking about how you can interpret a negative situation into something positive. Now, the basis for this idea came from something called the Pollyanna mindset. If you've got Wikipedia to hand, I'd probably look it up because it's a really funny old story about a girl called Pollyanna who basically had the worst life ever. Her father brought her a pair of crutches as her Christmas present, and she didn't even need crutches. But instead of thinking, God, this is like the worst Christmas present I've ever received, instead she went, oh, you know what, I'm really thankful I don't need to have a use for crutches. So what she did was she took a negative situation and flipped it into something positive. Now, I would hope that no one's going to buy you a pair of crutches for a present. However, there are ways that you can take negative situations, like maybe you were rejected by a girl that you approached in the street, and reframe it to make it something positive. It's like when it would be like if your dog or your pet dies, saying hallelujah, no more vet's bills. Okay, so I want you to imagine that you've approached a woman in the street, and unfortunately it didn't go quite as well as you hoped. In fact, she might have even blown you out and been uncharacteristically, because most of the time it'll be fine, rude to you. If this happens, I don't want you to really beat yourself up about it. Instead, with every negative situation, try and take it 50-50. Take it 50% congratulating yourself on the fact you did well, like the fact you even approached, the fact you tried, the fact that you tried to empower someone and give them a positive experience during their day by complimenting them, the fact that you took action are all things that are worth praise. And the other 50%, think constructively about things that you could have done better. Now, you could look back on it and think, you know what, I did great. I totally approached that hot girl. I didn't just let her walk on by. But I know really that I stumbled my lines when I first said them. Next time I'm going to take a lot of care to speak slowly, because I know then I'm going to get a much more positive reaction. This is a much better way of interpreting a negative situation than thinking negative thoughts, like, oh, she rejected me because I'm not charismatic enough, I'm not attractive enough. Usually this isn't true, and you know it's not true, and that's not even what she was thinking. So instead of using it to compound any sense of you feeling bad about yourself, learn to love yourself and find reasons, A, to praise yourself in every situation, and B, see constructively how you can improve for the future. Thirdly, you've got to remember when you're reframing things, you can only control what's in between your two ears. You only have control over your perceptions about what goes on in your mind. What you can't control is other people's reactions and what's in their minds. So who knows, maybe when you approached a woman, what you said was perfect, your body language was perfect, your vibe and your energy was amazing, and she just had a really bad day. You don't know what's gone on with that other person. So if you're there struggling to rationalise where you could improve or what you think might have gone wrong, then maybe it's okay to accept that, hey, you know what, people aren't perfect. Maybe she's had a really awful day. In fact, I feel bad for her that she had to be that rude to a stranger. I wonder what's happened. I think that's a much more interesting and relaxed perspective to take than just to think that you've done necessarily something terribly wrong, because the chances are you haven't, and we're all shaped by our experiences in the world. So I don't want you to interpret a negative situation too badly. Instead, learn from it where you can, praise yourself where you can, and move on and know you're going to do better and better time after time. Anyway, guys, my name's Hayley Quinn, and this has been a sex, dating and relationship advice video on how you can get a really positive mindset, how you can reframe things. Watch out for all my other videos at onlinedating.org.